Hey there, my friend. How you doing? It's Chris Njigha here from chrisandjigha.com. Back again with you with another very exciting episode today, all right? So, hey, what are we talking about? Hey, we're talking about being a mastering your network marketing, recruiting, and closing, and how to be able to do that, all right? So I'm just going to share a quick tip that I recently picked up from one of my good mentors that was just like, oh my goodness, right? You're like thinking, dude, that's so obvious. How did I not think about that? Well, that's why you have mentors, right? The people to show you your blind spots that you don't see. So before we get into it, hey, if you haven't already, definitely subscribe to the channel, right? Hit the subscribe button below. Click the bell so you can get notified when all these great trainings and videos on network marketing, closing, recruiting, and all the like and the such come out, all right? Right out the oven. So how to be a master at network marketing, recruiting, and closing, all right? It comes down to one thing. Now, Iverson might not like this, but it comes down to this one thing: practice. Right? Practice? Yes, practice, right? Think about it, right? How can you be good at something if you don't practice? You made a great point. In most network marketers, including myself at one point, right, is we get involved in the industry and in the business, right, and we're struggling trying to recruit people, maybe because we don't know the right words to say to invite someone to look at the presentation, or maybe we really dread the closing part, right? And after they've looked, what do we say to close them? The business, oh, I don't know, I'm so scared, I'm not going to ask. And boom, you got nothing. You're not making any sales, you're not doing all your business, you're not making any recruits, and then everything's a scam. You're feeling like, oh my God, it doesn't work, right? And then you run off in the world, right? Hopefully, before you get to that point, you realize that you're not going to be good at something unless you practice at it enough to get good at it, right? That was something that I had to realize, and maybe you realize too, that the people, the most impressive top earners, the ones who are doing really, really well, I mean, we're talking about multi-millions, right? Because I'm not there. I don't know if you're there, but hey, we'll get there. But they got there by practicing, continuing working on their craft and getting better and better. So, for example, if you struggle at inviting someone to take a look at your presentation, why not practice? Right? Practice inviting someone that you're a family or friend and sitting down with them and then saying, hey, can I practice on you in terms of how to invite someone, and just make it a regular thing. He made a great example. You think about it in the NFL, teams play once a week, right? On Sunday. That's the big game. But they practice 4 out of 5 out of those 4 other days in the week. They're practicing, right? For that one day of performance, they're practicing 4 days. Why aren't you practicing, right? I remember when I was really big into blackjack, right? And I really wanted to hone in on my skill, especially the skill of counting cards, right? Because you can reduce the odds of the casinos. I was into this whole thing, right? And man, but counting cards means being able to read the numbers as it's going up and down and adjusting the count in your head as you're still playing. Well, you gotta practice. Like the dude in the book, he said, dude, you gotta practice regularly. Putting the cards down and counting, making the count, doing the count in your head. And you gotta practice. And what happens is you practice becomes a habit, becomes an embedded command within your body and your mind. So that you don't have to think as much when you're doing it. So then when you're talking to your prospects, for example, and you're looking to invite someone to take a look at your health product, because they've already mentioned that they're having trouble losing weight, you're not sweating and well, I kind of heard about this thing way back when that maybe, you could, you're not looking crazy, you're not looking like Chappelle, right? You're not looking like that. You're like, hey, you're smooth with it. You say, hey, you know what? Didn't you mention there's a health product that I've been trying, and man, it's worked really well for me and my family. And based on the fact that you say you're looking to lose extra weight, it might be something you might want to check out. I'd be open to sharing it with you if you're open, right? So it's not a big thing, right? You just, because you've been doing it, you practice, right? It's just all it is, right? And so, for example, if you're really trying to look at learn recruiting and maybe closing is a thing, man, then you think about this: practice. Right? You got to practice it. So here's the perfect thing. Here's what I've been doing. I take my wife to the side, right? And I say, babe, we're going to practice. I want you to throw out some objections at me. And now I got to respond to them in the way that I would respond when I'm typically talking to a prospect. What happens when you do these things, when you practice regularly? Two things that happen. One, you gain confidence, all right? Because you know what you're gonna say. So when they say it to you, you're not like, you're not deer in headlights. Because the great thing about it is that there's only a handful of objections that you're gonna hear ever in your entire business career as a network marketer, right? Only a handful. Once you practice on them enough, you ain't gotta worry about them. Anybody who throws it at you, spoop. Okay, next objection, spoop, right? You start dodging them. It's like no thing. They're like, there's nothing to you, right? So you gain this level measure of confidence. And then two, you gain results, okay? You get results because you're able to help people pass their objections and inspire them to take action. They're more likely to buy product and join you, right? You start making money. What does that do? That also boosts your confidence. And now it's this precious vicious cycle that is like improving you as you're going along, all because you started to practice. Now, Allen Iverson might not want to practice, but you, my friend, and I need to practice. So that's my recommendation on how to become a master at network marketing and recruiting and closing, like the big time person. Just practice. You practice more than everybody else, you're gonna be better than everybody else. So hopefully that was helpful. Hope that was something that was valuable to you, all right? If you did, hey, definitely give the video a like. Definitely subscribe to the channel for more trainings, all right? And oh, by the way, if you're looking to learn more about how to improve your network marketing skills, recruit more people online, you might want to check out my social academy, the 5-day challenge, all right? Where we're going through all those things that you can learn how to generate more leads, get more prospects reaching out to you, and close more people into your business, all right? So, if that sounds appealing, definitely click the link and get enrolled for our next session, all right? So can't wait to see you there. So till next time, my friend, that's it. Be blessed. Stay hungry out there. Bye now.